Hello survivors, and a special hello to Fluffy Power. How are all of you doing? I hope you've had a really good week. But today we are back in SOulstone Survivors and we are going to be playing with the Sentinel and their new bow. It is Misery's End and it starts off with Obscure Arrow. Now usually you can go for the Void Trap as well, but we'll play with that in another video once we've got a really cool build around the Void Trap. But for today we're going to play Generalist, Critical Mastery, Multicast Mastery, Focus Fire, and then Executioner. We go Focus Fire because it's 40% increased damage, and it also, the area of effect doesn't really affect the skills that we get or go for on the Sentinel for this build. So we're going to be playing on Curse tier 7, so the maximum amount of Curse, and we are going to try as best as we can to focus on the Obscure Arrow and see how much damage we can do with it. We have done this quite a few times, trying a whole lot of different rune sets, and again this one is kind of a let's see if this rune set works for it. I've played with one or two other rune sets and they work. You can finish Curse 7 with them relatively easy, but are they good for this build? That I'm not sure. That's why we're still really testing them, and we're going to see if this one works better than all the others, and we will get to that at the end of the video. So we did actually try our Purity build, but then we do land up going Chromatic Bolt, and then we do land up like losing quite a bit of damage. I think we can get more damage if we play Executioner, especially when it's already starting off with Doom. And then we go Doom to Dazed, and then we go Fragility, and there are just so many different buffs and debuffs that we land up getting or want to get that it just works out better going for Executioner as far as than over Purity. So we already tried a Purity one. It does work. You do enough damage to finish everything on Curse 7, but I feel like Executioner is better, so that's why we do have Executioner. And then Generalist is obviously there because we are going to be playing with Chromatic Bolt, and then also even if we didn't, we still get more damage from other tags, so it helps with that. So I think over here we're just going to stick with what we got. We're going to grab a Chain Lightning. We do have ourselves the Critical Mastery, so getting ourselves some Dazed is really going to help increase our damage quite a bit. And we also have our damage numbers on accidentally because we were doing some speed running in the last couple of days to try and beat some old records, and we did get to the record for the Curse Intensity 30 run. Unfortunately, it was taken away from us immediately afterwards, so that's very unfortunate. We are going to be grabbing ourselves Sniper Shots. It is an extremely good skill for when you are fighting against the bosses, and then obviously Storm of Arrows as well. So now we can get ourselves the legendary multicast for magical, so that will increase Chain Lightning as well as our Obscure Arrow. And we are going to grab ourselves, well, we're going to banish that first, and we'll grab ourselves the Fragility. I could have taken the Magnetism there instead, but I think the Fragility will help in the longer run. Or both would have helped, but I like Fragility more. Now, I believe, and I've tried to speak to I spoke to the community manager and they're not sure, so I need to just speak to the dev and see. But I feel like Storm of Arrows has been changed. What I mean by that is I feel like he spins quicker and all of the arrows get shot out faster than what they were before. Now, what implications does this have? From what I have noticed, it means that you cannot have your Storm of Arrows up firing around you infinitely. So that's just something I've noticed. I could be wrong, but again, that is something I personally have noticed with it. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have noticed that as well, or check this video. You'll see he is spinning a lot faster, and I'm sure we're going to land up getting a shorter cooldown on it, and we will see if we are able to. Now, I know a lot of people may be thinking, oh, but maybe it was multicast. Well, hopefully I've got a video where we don't have a lot of multicast and it does happen already, so we'll see. I mean, even on this, I'm sure I'm going to have enough multicast to show you, but it doesn't look like he spins as much as he used to for the arrows. So, to me, that was like a little bit of a shadow nerf. I might be talking the biggest load of doo-doo as well. So, that's why I just want you guys to pay attention to it as well, if possible. And let me know down in the comments what you think about that. Let me know if I am right about it or if I am completely wrong. Anyway, we are looking for just a lot of multicast and then a lot of upgrades on the obscure arrow. It can be very, very strong. It can outperform Storm of Arrows, but that is only if you get all of the upgrades for it and not Storm of Arrows, obviously. So that's just how it works with every skill. Every skill can be good if you get the levels for that skill and not like another one. So it's kind of funny how that works, hey? Anyway, cast speed, we're going to go for damage on ricochet shots. We'll get some multicast there and then some cast frequency on everything. That's fantastic. Now we aren't going to stay in one place, so we are going to destroy all of these stupid pylons because we don't really want extra damage coming our way for free. So we're going to destroy them, and that way we are a little bit safer than what we would have been if they were up. Alright, so 2 more levels. Let's grab some cast frequency. That was a decent amount. See, so normally by now it would have been on permanently. And as you can see, it doesn't even look like the cast frequency is working on it. So I don't know. It looks the same as what it was when it had a higher cast frequency. I don't know if they changed the amount of times he spins and lets off more arrows, but it is what it is. Let me know again what you think down in the comment section. But I think it got a little bit of a shadow change without being in the patch notes. Obscure arrow, really cool skill. It does doom. It actually deals quite a lot of damage. If we have a look over here, it's dealing 215 damage. Yeah, we even got the same amount of damage multipliers on that and ricochet shot. Ricochet shot's doing 195. This is doing 215, and then it also causes doom. The only difference is this only travels a total of 30 meters, where ricocheting shot is 60 meters. So you do have to take that into consideration as well. So let's grab, I think we can grab some poison. We don't have it, so grabbing it for Executioner will be pretty decent. Get ourselves 5% extra damage, you know. And then we still got to take burn as well. Oh no, but we got Dazed to burn, so we don't need burn. What else do we need? Exposed weakness, that's fantastic to get. Then we can increase the damage of sniper shots, the damage of every missile. We are going to lock the damage to frontal. We don't need the fragility to bleed. Bleed isn't that important for us, although it is good for the Executioner. It's not really that important. It was more important to get the epic damage as well as the legendary magical damage. So that is just how it is. We can go poison to doom over here because we are looking for doom to daze, which will be the strongest thing since we have the crit mastery rune as well. In saying that, I haven't really been picking up the 10% crits. There have been better upgrades for me to be picking up, unfortunately, at that time. So we didn't lock them. We will probably get more crit as we go along, so we're not really worried about that. Our crit is on 60% anyway, so we are in a good spot there already. But we do have crit mastery, so the more we get, the better. Okay, we're just gonna run away from our dear friend the Fallen Knight over here. He's trying to give us some hugs, but we don't want hugs right now. And we kind of walk straight into the attack of all of those snakes, so, you know, we're good at that. And where's this last boss? Down over here, there we go. Time for you to die as well. Alright, there we go, dead. The Void Hunter is nearly dead as well. I don't know why I haven't turned off the damage numbers. I don't think it really matters. Don't think you guys mind too much either. We'll grab a Doom. Maybe that's going to help us. We want the cast frequency here. And more cast frequency. The best thing to get for the Obscuring Arrow is going to be cast frequency as well as flat damage. Obviously, the more times you cast it, or multicast as well, sorry, not just flat damage. So cast frequency, multicast, and then flat or damage, and then you'll see that it starts to really pick up. Obviously, it is a Doom weapon, and it does deal flat damage, but it also applies Doom, so you are going to be applying a lot of stacks of Doom onto the enemy, and that does sometimes take time to just kill them. So you will have times where the enemy, after a certain threshold, is just going to pop, and you're like, damn, that did a lot of damage. That's just the Doom popping on the enemy. So just keep that in mind. Like there, as you can see, all the bosses just randomly died, and that was because of the Doom pop. So you do have to keep that in mind when you are playing with Doom, that sometimes it looks like you're not doing any damage, and then out of nowhere the enemy just pops and dies, and that is because of the Doom stacks finally paying off and dealing damage. Again, we do have sniper shots, so we do have to just focus on where we're aiming. We do want those juicy crits to hit the bosses most of the time, so you do have to make sure you are aiming at the bosses when you've got the sniper shot ready and loaded and about to hit them. So we're on the final bosses. As you can see, we are doing extremely well damage wise and time wise, and we're going to be dealing, we've dealt quite a decent amount of damage in a short amount of time. So Obscuring Arrow, very, very good. Even if it isn't that, like, even if you don't think it's that good, try this. It's a very strong skill. I found that even when I did it onto going into Overlord 3 on Zero Curse, the Obscuring Arrow with a whole lot of multicast is just insanely fun, and you deal so much damage. It's just really fun to play with it. And unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of multicast options, but if you go into Endless with this, you will see that when you get a lot of multicast, it just becomes insane. You can actually stand by a wall and just face the wall and shoot, and everything around you dies. So really, really cool Overlord or Endless Cycle weapon. And as you can see, we did an 8-minute 40, which is actually a personal best for me in Curse 7 with any character that I've played. So there you can see fastest victory with current Curse intensity. That is actually my fastest time, and it was thanks to Obscuring Arrow, which you can see did the most amount of damage over here. So really, really happy with it. It's a really strong skill, and it's really cool that they've added another ricocheting shot into the game. So Obscuring Arrow, ricochet shot, severe cold. There are quite a few ricocheting shots, and it's really, really strong. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.